Hi guys. All right, so it's been actually about 25 minutes and we're gonna take this off. La la. Okay, so you can see that they've held their shape. This is, they've relaxed a bit, but they've held their shape. They didn't pancake and spread out really flat edges. If that happens, then it's not ready to go to the next step. You can try to build more tension and reshape it. But this is a good sign. It's nice and high. This is about to my second knuckle almost. So is this one at its highest, maybe to my first knuckle here. But they're still pretty high and that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna grab my scraper and for the bread dough, this pizza dough out of the way. This is a pizza dough, that's pizza dough. I'm gonna do a different shaping method than I usually do that is taught in the tartine bread book. In the tartine bread book, you would flip this over so that the bottom is now up, and you take the front edge and pull it over. Then you pull the two sides and put them over each other, and then take the top edge and draw it up and over to the back and kind of give it a little squish. And you flip it over and you pull it and turn it and pull it and turn it to make it the shape of your basket. And then you flip it upside down into your banneton. That's what these baskets are called. I just saw a different way of doing that for this final shaping. It's more of a two clasp. So we'll see which one I decide to do in a second. Because I know the tartine way is foolproof, and I'm sure the other one is too. And I'm gonna use this longer banneton because the shape of the slices of bread are more even. Even though my pan's round, it still sort of holds that shape. But whatever, round, long. Okay, so I'm gonna do the new one that I saw. So you take the two sides of the bread, you pull it, and you kind of pull up and clasp it together. And then you give it a quarter turn. And you take the two sides, kind of basically doing the same thing, just in a little different way. And then you pinch it, kind of pinch it all together. You don't want to squish the air out of the dough. I'm squishing it all the way down the seam. I don't know. And then you just put it in your banneton. I forgot to tell you this important step. My bannetons are pretty well seasoned. You want to get some flour in there. Whatever flour you're using, whether it's your bread flour or your gluten-free flour or whatever you're using. And then a little rice flour. This helps it from sticking to the linen when you're finally putting it into the hot pan. Last thing you want to do is that. And I don't know, I'm a little scared about this method, but we're gonna do it. Because this method doesn't have me flipping it over and tightening the surface, I didn't flip it. What you want is the clasped part to be up. So now all we do is let this sit and proof for 2 hours. On a hot day would be enough, and it would probably give you a milder, it will give you a milder flavor the shorter time that you proof it. I am probably going to have to proof this 3 hours. You could even proof it up to 4 if your house is really cold. You don't want to underproof the bread and you don't want to overproof the bread. So you can see about how much area is left around the bread, and in a few hours we'll come back and see how much is proofed.